Hello guys. Welcome to Animix Recapped. Before we start. Warning. Spoilers alert. In this world, there are two dimensions, the first dimension where many beasts live, and can ascend to become a god, and the second dimension where humans live. The beast must take the Grandmaster position to ascend, and choose what kind of god they want to be. There are two candidates for the next Grandmaster position, Iozen and Kumetetsu. Iozen is very wise and calm, he has 2 children and many disciples, many beasts love Iozen. But for Kumetetsu, he is always alone, because of his attitude no one likes Kumetetsu. The initial story starts with a runaway child. His mom has died from an accident, and his father's whereabouts are unknown. When the head family wants to take care of him, he refuses, he says he wants to live alone, and he run away. Alone on the sidewalk, he meets 2 beasts wearing a hood. The beast who takes interest in the child says that if he wants to come with me, and he left. The child who didn't want to go home, followed the beast secretly and arrived in the beast's world. The child that arrived frantically ran, because he didn't know what to do and got rescued by a pig monk. Kumetetsu, the beast that took interest in the child, sees the child have guts to follow after him, and forcefully takes the child in as disciples. When he asked the lost child's name, he didn't want to tell Kumetetsu. And after asking the age of the child, he said 9. In Japan 9 is called Q, then Kumetetsu called the lost child Kyuta. In the morning, Kumetetsu thought Kyuta run away. When he wanted to eat breakfast, he saw Kyuta at a chicken coop sleeping. They had breakfast together, eating raw eggs, but Kyuta didn't like raw eggs. So he ran away again. Kumetetsu looked for him. Until he met Iozen, at the market. Iozen is shocked when he learns that, Kumetetsu taking human child as disciples. Kumetetsu didn't like Iozen's response. Suddenly challenge Iozen for the Grandmaster position. The first fight is bare hand. Kumetetsu missed every punch, and when it was Iozen's turn, he got punched a few times. The second is a strength fight. Kumetetsu overpowers Iozen, but because everyone loves Iozen, they cheer for him. And it gives him the strength to fight Kumetetsu. Kumetetsu still didn't give up. He fights again with an unopened sword. And he still lost. Finally, Kyuta, who sees the badly beaten Kumetetsu, cheers for him. But because he lost focus, he still got beaten by Iozen. Then the Grandmaster came to end the fight. Because Kyuta saw Kumetetsu fight, he wanted to become his disciple. When they are training, Kyuta can't understand Kumetetsu's way of teaching, because Kumetetsu is self-learner, and is never taught by anybody. The Grandmaster who sees frustrated Kumetetsu, helps him and tells him to travel with Kyuta, so he can meet other Grandmasters and understand what real strength is. And they began their travels. On the first visit, there is a Grandmaster who can create an illusion that is stronger than reality. On the second visit, he meets a Grandmaster who possesses telekinetic power. On the third visit, he meets a Grandmaster who is a monk that sits in the same place, to transcend reality to forget time, the world, and herself. On the fourth visit, the Grandmaster says that he just does whatever he wants, and does not hold back. After the trip, Kyuta tries to figure out how they should do the training. Until Kyuta got clues and decided to become Kumetetsu, he followed and observed every action Kumetetsu did. After copying Kumetetsu for too long, he can predict the next move Kumetetsu did, so he tested it, and impressed everyone. Finally, they train each other. Kyuta wants to learn about punch and sword, and Kumetetsu learns about how to match himself with the enemy. Kyuta and Kumetetsu who learned together grew stronger. Year by year training, Kyuta became 17 years old, and grew stronger, also as Kumetetsu. Because everyone knows Kyuta got stronger, they want to become Kumetetsu's disciples, and many are lining up in front of Kumetetsu's house. One day, Kyuta accidentally finds his way out to the human world again, and goes to the library. He met with a girl named Kaida. She taught Kyuta everything she knew about the human world and school life. Kyuta keeps going back and forth between the two worlds and keeps learning even when he is in the beast world. When he wants to apply to university he needs a residence card, and they accidentally found out where Kyuta's father lives. Kyuta, who decided that he wants to try school, and live with his father, tells Kumetetsu. With Kumetetsu attitude, he tells Kyuta don't go, but Kyuta still goes. Kyuta felt uncertain, and got angry at his father, without reason, and he ran away again. He saw a past self of himself, with a hole in his chest like a shadow. He freaked out and ran to the library. In front of the library he met Kaida who waited for him. He was confused and upset until Kaida calmed him down. He comes back to the beast world. Tomorrow is the battle for the position of Grandmaster. Then Jiromaru invited Kyuta to his home. After he wanted to come back to meet with Kumetetsu, Ichiro Hiko suddenly attacked him. Then he saw Ichiro Hiko had a shadow too. Today is the day, the battle for the Grandmaster seat. When the battle started, Kumatetsu fought with anger without thinking clearly, and was hit by Iozan. Seeing Kumatetsu losing, Kyuta shows himself, and badmouths Kumatetsu. Kumatetsu rose, and got his spirits up. He won after a fierce fight. He became the next Grandmaster. Everyone was happy for him. Suddenly, Ichiro Hiko started to be consumed by his shadow, and used telekinesis to stab Kumatetsu using a katana. Kyuta, who saw Kumatetsu get stabbed, got so angry, he almost got consumed by his shadow too. Fortunately, he saw the bracelet from Kaida, calmed his mind, and fainted. When he woke up, Kumatetsu was in a coma. He overheard the Grandmaster talking with Iozan about Ichiro Hiko. Turns out, Ichiro Hiko is a human. When Iozan travels to the human world, he saves baby Ichiro Hiko, because he was abandoned by his parents in the human world. After hearing that, Kyuta went to the human world. He wanted to return a book to Kaida before fighting Ichiro Hiko. When they met, suddenly Ichiro Hiko appeared. He chased Kyuta. Kaida wants to support Kyuta. So they run together. Ichiro Hiko, using his shadow, changes his form into a whale. He destroys everything in front of him. The impact of the destruction reaches the beast world, because the beast and human world are connected. Kumatetsu woke up, and told the Grandmaster, that he wanted to ascend to become a god first. He wanted to save Kyuta so he wouldn't get consumed by his shadow. He transcends and becomes a sword god. On the other side, Kyuta and Kaida got cornered by Ichiro Hiko. Kyuta thought about consuming Ichiro Hiko's shadow, and suicide because he thinks that is the only way to end this mess. When he tried to absorb Ichiro Hiko's shadow, Kumatetsu came and helped Kyuta to fill his heart. Because of it, he became strong, and can overcome Ichiro Hiko's shadow. He defeats Ichiro Hiko with one move, and they are both alive. In the end, the Beast World celebrates for Kyuta to bring peace again, and the Beast World invites Kaida to celebrate together. After this, Kyuta never uses a sword again, and lives in the human world with his father. What do you think about the anime? Comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe to support this channel. Thank you for watching.